Hello and welcome back. Today's video is something entirely different and I'm in an entirely different location. I'm away for the weekend, so I thought I'd take advantage of the nice scenery and record this video for you. I was asked by Independent.ie to take part in the Living with Cancer tag. All the details of this will be down below, including links to how you can donate and where you can find out more information. If you would like to take part in this, the questions will be down below. If you have been impacted in any way, shape or form by cancer, whether it's your own scare, going through it yourself, family members, friends, however you've been impacted, let me know if you do take part and I will check out your video, and everything on how to share your video, as I said, will be down below in the description bar. So the first question is, how are you living with cancer? In recent years I had a very near miss with cervical cancer. I think I have actually mentioned it briefly before. Wasn't particularly pleasant. Sadly as well, in my extended family I have lost a few family members, and thankfully I have had a few that are recovering and are recovering well. I've also had friends, etc. impacted. So like a lot of people, there have been multiple incidences of cancer impacting my life. What is the first word or emotion you associate with cancer and why? Question number 2. Scary. Scary is the first word that always springs to mind, because it is incredibly scary. The feeling you get in the pit of your stomach, I'm actually getting it now just talking about it. It's just horrendous. Mostly because you have no control over the outcome, really, to an extent, in regards to getting diagnosed. You could definitely get diagnosed earlier, but when you're having your tests done and you're waiting for results back, it is incredibly scary. And also, if you have other family or friends that have it, you instantly think, oh no, this is terrible, I hope they're okay. You're frightened, you're afraid for them. So it's quite a scary thing to me. The third question is, what is the hardest part about living with cancer for you? From my experience. So the hardest part for me when I was going through it initially was when I was at the hospital getting a regular checkup, and they noticed some anomalies, and I had to go back quite a number of times to have treatment and biopsies and tests done. And during that, it was just incredibly scary, and I found it very hard to talk to other people, mostly because I guess that's just me, but I didn't want to burden other people. I didn't want to think about it too much. I guess from that, I then thought about it far too much, and I would be walking to work and I would just burst into tears, and it was just not pleasant. Another aspect is when you have friends or family that are diagnosed, immediately you assume the worst, I guess, or again, that could be just me. But when you hear the word cancer, for me, I assume the worst, and you start to fret about if they're going to recover, what treatment they're going to get, how are they going to recover, are they going to be well, is it just a case of prolonging a painful situation? There are a lot of things to it. It's just quite a nebulous thing. You can't fully understand what is going on or why, and trying to figure out why it's happening to you or to your friend or to your family member. It's not fun. It is not pleasant at all. But yeah, it's very hard to deal with. It's just you're aware of survival rates and treatment that people have to go through. It's going to be a very hard journey. One of the few things as well that came from my near miss is that I am very scared of it ever happening again in future, or happening to a friend or family or anybody that I may encounter. I would never wish it upon anyone. The fourth question is, what is the one thing you are thankful for about your experiences? It has made me get a better understanding of my body and know what is going on and how it is functioning and how it shouldn't be functioning, any weird lumps and bumps or anything. I'm just very much more aware of myself. I have also started to live what I consider a fuller life. I made sure I'm in a job that I'm happy in. I only surround myself with positive people wherever possible. I try to experience more things. I'm more willing to do more things, like my hair. I just want to make sure I experience everything I possibly can, because I may not get a chance to. You don't know what is around the corner. So I am trying to experience a lot more, and I have refocused my goals a lot more. I am much more intentional in my actions. I'm generally overall a much more positive person, because I'm aware how precious it is and how quickly it can turn and you can lose it all. So it has made me more me than I have ever been before. So I guess that's, for me, an incredibly positive experience, or an incredibly positive outcome, I guess. The fifth question: if you could change one thing about the way cancer is reported, viewed or understood, what would it be? I also worry that a lot of people assume it won't happen to them, like me. I assume none of this would ever happen to me, or to anybody close to me. So I can only help raise awareness, and like a lot of people, I guess, you don't want to deal with the scary thing. You don't want to have to do the hard thing, and I would just like for it to become more approachable, I guess, or to make it less scary somehow. And the last question is, do you have any advice to give? I've mentioned it a few times, and it's just get to know your body really well. Get to know what is and isn't right for your body. Understand that there will be changes as you get older. So in my late 20s, my body changed a bit. As every year your body changes a wee bit. Get familiar with your body. Know what works and what doesn't work for you. Don't be afraid to talk about it. As I said, that was the hardest thing for me, was talking about it. I didn't ever fully tell anybody. I think my husband was maybe the only one who knew to the fullest extent. And I bottled a lot of it up, which is quite hard, because you just then start playing through the terrible cycles in your head and the terrible outcomes that could happen and everything like that, and it can be very hard and very tiring. So talk to people, start living your life, make sure you do live a lot more. For me, as I said, I've started to live much more fuller life, and I'm starting to take more risks, calculated risks, but I'm actually starting to do a lot more and just be more happy and less judgmental, and more good things, less bad things, I guess. So definitely try to appreciate what you have when you have it, and to do those things that you always mean to do them, because you may not always get the opportunity to do them again. And don't take people for granted, I guess, and don't put up with negative people. They're not worth your time. So a few bits of advice, I guess. But that is it. Apologies if this is incredibly serious or whatever. I've tried not to, and I'm smiling, but it's quite a hard topic to talk about. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. If you're going through similar and you need somebody to talk to, you can get in touch, leave me a comment, send me a message, however, I don't mind. Thank you very, very much for watching. All details are down below, and I will catch up with you very soon.